If we could just, well, I don't know if everyone knows each other, so if we can maybe just quickly introduce ourselves and say what board we're the clerk of, or if we're not a clerk, just saying what we are. So I'm Mel Green, I'm the town clerk and the clerk for the Board of Registrars.
Okay.
I'm Mel Shaughnessy, and I'm the clerk, secretary, whatever, and whatever else for the Council on Aging.
I'm Patricia Lowe. Started off as clerk for far too many boards, and now I'm down to one. Hooray. Went to the select board now, and I've been clerking for 3 years. Dear Lord.
I'm Leanne Moses. I am the clerk of the Board of Assessors, Conservation Commission, Planning Board, and Zoning Board of Appeals.
I'm Danielle Kelly, I'm the CPC chair, so the chair of the Community Preservation Committee. We currently do not have a clerk, so I'm sitting in to see if there's anything they need to know.
Gary Kangas, Chair of the Hubbardston Historical Commission.
Kathy Hansgate, Secretary for the Agricultural Commission, and I'm also on the Board of Health, but I'm here as Secretary of the Ag Committee.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Mark Fleischer. I am here for the Capital Planning Improvement Committee, possibly to take the minutes.
Hi, Mark. Chuck Reed.
How you doing?
Good. I'm also from Capital Planning. I'm here because we haven't had someone to take minutes for us, so.
And I'm Rosemary Southwick, member of the Finance Committee.
I'm Judy O'Donnell, I'm the EMD, Emergency Manager.
Carrie.
We're looking at you, Carrie, I don't think you can see us.
I'm Carrie Sacramone, Chairman of the Public Safety Building Committee.
Bob. Bob, would you like to introduce yourself?
Who said what?
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
I don't know, I don't have a picture on my screen here, but Bob Hatch, Chairman of the Open Space Committee.
Okay, thank you, everybody. And so we just have a few things to go over, mostly just so everyone can meet everybody, ask questions, get everybody on the same page. We have some new clerks and some people who've been doing it for a while, so figure getting everyone together could potentially be helpful. So just a couple things. We have something called Otter AI. Do you want to talk about that at all?
It can log into, it tried to get into this meeting and I denied it. Otherwise I'd show you. It's like an AI that can do like note taking for you, and it will take a transcript of your meeting, so sometimes that can help with minutes. I will say, if you're all present in the same room, it doesn't know who's talking, of course, but if it's virtual, then it can tell you who's talking. It's helpful.
It's helpful, especially if like the select board always likes to throw a random motion my way, and I may not be fast enough to grab that motion, or especially if you've got a public hearing or public comments. It's always great to have those transcripts so that you could summarize those public comments, especially if it's quite a few. It's not one for twosies, it's a public hearing, so you've got 12 people that stand up and speak, so it's great to have it for that as well.
So I'm told that we are able to get people access to it if people give us their email addresses. Is that correct? So if anyone is interested in that, I do have a sign-up sheet if you want to write your email, so we can create it's like an account.
Yeah, I think I'm on Nate's account, so
Okay.
I'm not sure how it will work with multiple people.
But if you have any interest, we can look into that for you, because it can be a helpful tool.
Yeah.
So it actually gives you minutes to the meetings?
Yeah. It gives you transcript.
Transcripts of the
Yeah.
meetings?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will not be afraid to admit that I copy and paste a lot of the transcript into my minutes, just because it it does a great job, but it is just a transcript, and you definitely have to go over it with a fine tooth comb just because it's technology and it's great,
Right.
but it's not a human being, so it will miss
Like,
social
we had
cues
wording,
or
yeah,
certain
wording.
things. So
We had Otter AI
Depends on your
in that
accent.
annual training that we did last year, and it said that every single person who spoke was me. And I was like, that's
It gets
definitely not true.
confused if it's online and you're all in person, it doesn't know who's talking, so you have to still remember that.
That can be useful. So anyway, if you're interested, I can take your email address after. And I wasn't sure if everyone knew where the new calendar was on our new website, to look for when everyone's having meetings. So Leanne will bring it up because she's right there. So if you go to our,
Sorry, I'm just gonna share so people
Oh,
on our
thank you.
emails will see.
as you can see, I'm not an experienced clerk when it comes to meetings. Okay, so this is our main Hubbardston website, and then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, upcoming events, we have all town events that people send us to be posted, as well as all board and committee meetings posted on this. So you can see there's a bunch coming up, and you can either view all events or click on a particular day, and then you can click on it to get more details and to see the agendas. So if you ever need to reschedule a meeting or something, that might be a helpful tool to see if someone has something scheduled. I have yet to do it, but you can set a recurring event, so if like the Board of Health has their meeting every second Tuesday, I can set that till the end of time, so it will just be always there. So, that's where it is. And on that note, we can give access to boards and committees to edit their page on the website. I've had a couple boards and committees who are interested in that, so I've given them access. I'm still kind of figuring that out because I'm not very well versed in websites, but you can like the Cultural Council has their grant cycle coming up, so they've been able to edit their page for that. It's a special events advisor. Hello. How are you? Has been able to edit stuff on there, so it kind of makes it easier if you have a lot of things to post instead of. It's totally fine if you want to continue sending me stuff because it doesn't take very long. But if you have a lot of stuff where you want access to do that, then. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, sorry, I'm late.
That's fine. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry, Rick Jones, Open Space Committee.
And Bob's up there.
Way up there.
Way up there. All right. And something I learned today at the conference, which you probably know, but I hadn't really thought about it. So the state has extended that people can attend virtually until June of 2027. So that's still an option that you can have at our meetings. And if a board member is attending virtually, you're supposed to take the vote by roll call instead of just because it's not as obvious when they're raising their hand. So if one of the members is attending virtually, you do need to take the vote by roll call. Does everyone know what that means? Okay, so anyone have anything to add? Well, that's what I was gonna do next.
okay.
So Trisha made up some templates which are in the, which I can send out after. If you wanna use like the letterhead or anything, but the agendas all need to have the same, information on it, which is required by state law as part of the open meeting law, and the minutes have to include a lot of details, Oh, Paul swimming. Hello, Paul. It has to include the date, time, the place the meeting has taken place, and then each item that you're gonna be talking about with as much detail as possible without like rambling on, and without, yeah, it's supposed to be somewhat specific so that looking back on the agenda, you know exactly what people were talking about. Someone who wasn't there would know what was being touched upon rather than just like new business, old business. It would be more specific than that, if possible. And where is the template? So this is just an example of the template for the agenda. If anyone, if you wanna pass it around. you all do set up the agendas the proper way. And I can send those around too, if
Oh, you're
anyone
gonna
wants,
send them around,
if
okay.
you wanna use like the town seal at the top or anything, just to make them.
Well, we had
more
discussed
uniform.
for the templates and stuff to have the boards and committees use the templates. That way, when agendas, minutes, all of that is posted online, it's the same for everyone. It's all cohesive looking, it's all the same letterhead, same structure, all of that, just cohesively so it looks better, nicer, and just presented as.
So you're gonna send the letterhead that
Yeah.
will have?
Yep, well, I made all the templates, it was agendas, minutes, and there's, the
The
sign-in
sign-in
sheet.
Yeah, we'll
You know,
get to
if any
that.
of us use this, I know our
Yeah.
committee doesn't use a sign-in sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been doing that.
We write it on
Sorry,
Zoom.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, just
I sent it to
know.
you three, you two first, so.
So yeah, basically, just, but basically using that and then doing the agendas as you have been doing them. Let's see. Anything else you wanna add to that?
Yeah, no, it's super easy to just copy and paste your agenda into that file. So, it's what I do for every agenda, it's what I do for the same thing with the minutes. I literally copy paste the agenda into the minutes and then that's what I start typing underneath. The minutes, template, has in the top part, which, do you have that?
Yeah.
Thank you. What I did is, for the top part, date, location, cause we meet all across the board in different rooms. Members present, members absent, I did that because it's helpful sometimes, especially at the next meeting, this so-and-so is absent, so
Yeah.
they obviously are gonna just not vote on those meeting minutes. And then others present, which is for your sign-in sheet, like who came to the meeting outside of the members. So usually, for me, it's copy and paste, town administrator, executive assistant, and then the general public. And that's why I have a sign-in sheet, because I am terrible at spelling people's last names.
Yeah, that's true. So she also has this template for the sign-in sheet, which I don't go to a lot of meetings, so I don't know how many people use this, but I know the select board does, cause I've gone to their meetings. And it basically, like she said, it's just as additional reference material, so you know who was there, and so you know how to spell their names, because, yeah. So we can pass that
I went
on.
out, I
Are we
sent
gonna get
out,
a copy of this?
Yep, I'll email that to you too.
Okay.
when I submit my agenda, I usually put the last one, other, in case it's something that we forgot to.
Yeah, where people write like matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair. If
That's
something
what
like
we
came up, last minute, but if it can wait, you're supposed to wait till the next meeting to discuss it, unless it's like, an urgent matter. But yes, it kind of is a catch-all. I was gonna say something else about the minutes. So, open meeting law requires that minutes be taken and preserved for all time. And they're supposed to include the date, time, place, who was there, who was absent from the board, all the decisions that were made and the votes that were taken, and if someone was virtual, list like each person and how they voted, take the vote by roll call. And a brief summary of the discussion of each topic, not just discussion held, because when you're looking back through the records for information about what the finance committee decided or whatever, it's helpful for historical reference to have that. And you're also supposed to list all the documents and exhibits that were used, so like plans, if it's the board health septic plans or something, staff memos, and correspondence, in case someone requests that information, then it's part of what was available for everybody at the meeting. The draft of the minutes or the approved minutes must be available within 10 days if they're requested. So like, you guys have your meeting tomorrow and someone requests them the next day, within 10 days you're supposed to have them ready if someone requests them. And then you're supposed to have them sent to the town clerk within a reasonable amount of time, which is usually like one meeting cycle typically, or a reasonable amount of time, just like not every 5 years or whatever. So that is, I know people take minutes, but that's something that I just have not been like, give me your minutes, but the minutes are the only thing, like agendas, we only need to keep them for 1 year, but the minutes are for historical purposes.
Do we keep
so.
the videos too?
No, well, the retention schedule for Massachusetts says to keep them for 6 months, I think is what it is. It's not, that's not a requirement, but the town has opted to do that because we have access to the cable access and just for transparency's sake, so people can view
See, I
them.
would expect at some point that will become the state guidance, because most
Yeah.
communities are using video now.
Right. But it's, yeah, you're only required to keep those for 6 months, but you just keep them up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the minute's supposed to be sent, or finished by 10 days, but when are they supposed to be voted on?
Well, no, they're not supposed to be necessarily done in 10 days. It's just like if someone made a request of you, you're supposed to be able to produce the draft of the minutes.
Okay.
If someone were extra curious and needed to know, that's just like one of the expectations of the open
I've
meeting
had it
law is that
happen.
you would be able to produce something that resembles minutes.
So
Within
just
that
a
time
draft,
frame.
because
Yeah,
what
it
happens
would be
if
a
you have,
draft.
so as far as voting on and
Right.
approving them, but what happens if you don't have a meeting for
Right,
6
so
months?
that's why they say like one meeting cycle, I guess it would be 2 meeting cycles, cause the minutes from today, we would go over at the next clerk's meeting, which would be next year, and approve them, and then you would give them to town clerk. But if you don't meet often, obviously, that's what the time, it's reasonable time for your board, I guess. So like Board of Health, they meet every 2 weeks, Select Board meets every 2 weeks, so every 2 weeks I should ideally be having some sort of minutes coming in. Sure. So,
It's not
That's-
busy.
that's it about the minutes. Cause that's the record of all the boards and committees, and not the agendas, I mean, the annual report, yeah, for sure, but also the minutes, cause a lot of important stuff happens in all your meetings that people wanna know about. In 100 years, they're gonna wanna know about the Dottie Rock Trail, and et cetera. And someone also suggested at today's conference that I know a lot of boards and committees either, if they don't go to the, well, they wait until the video comes out and then do their minutes, but if for some reason the video doesn't get posted or the internet crashes, while you're at the meeting, it's a good idea to take some notes on the agenda, just so you can have some sort of record in case. I'm a firm believer that one day the internet may just crap. No, I'm just kidding.
We just have theory with the satellites, just takes
Right.
one hit the other.
That was
Take it all
1999 and
I know.
2000.
Okay, so anyway, any comments on that? I think, let me just make sure I got everything from the meeting law. I got it all. Okay. And so the shots, you did the sign-in sheet, right? And then, so we just, as you know, had a town shred day and removed all the boards and committees stuff from, that was in here, and in the library to elsewhere. So there's still a few boards and committees that have, documents that were in this building. So they're now in the vault, which is fine for now, but everyone should go through them because there's random stuff that definitely does not need to be kept. And then other things that you want to keep, or minutes in particular. I cleared out space in the town clerk's office in the filing cabinet so that we can move them there, so people don't have to bring them to their houses, or, cause this is gonna be the senior center, it's not gonna be the meeting room anymore, so that will be a space to keep materials for the boards and committees. So, Parks Department, Cultural Council, Finance Committee, and Agricultural Commission all have boxes in the vault still. And you can just coordinate with me when to get them, or I can bring them to the office, and you can go through them. We have a table there, you can go through them. You can take them home and go through them, and then bring back what you wanna keep.
I have all the minutes of all the meetings every month since 2015
Okay.
in a file cabinet
Oh,
in
yeah,
that little
well, that's
closet over
fine.
there.
Yeah, that's fine, cause you're a council on aging, so that
Yeah.
makes sense. But
Okay.
everyone else is removed.
Alright.
Just, it's a good idea to have them in a space that's not your home.
Did you get mine out of the library?
Not yet. I will. Don't worry, no one's gonna take them. I just didn't bring them. Yeah, but they're labeled there still.
They put everything there, they separated them
Yeah,
from the.
I took the trash, and I didn't bring the box yet. But it's the
But
one
that
you
means we're gonna go through those and weed it out some more, but
Oh, you want to?
eventually.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I have plenty of room in my office. Like I said, I went through 2 filing cabinets there that hadn't been updated since 2019, so I was able to get rid of a lot of stuff. So that was good. Okay. There is a new open meeting law version. I'm not exactly sure what is different, but it was updated in June 2025, so I will also email this around for everybody. And I know probably nobody has read it cover to cover. And even if I did read this one cover to cover, I'm not sure if I would be able to tell you what was the difference, but anyway, it's new. And I have yet to research that. And let's see. So, as you may have heard, next Thursday is Taste of Hubbardston, which the name is confusing because it's not a bake sale for all boards and committees, as a lot of people thought. It's a taste of what Hubbardston has to offer for businesses, vendors, boards and committees, town employees, and all that. So I apologize for any confusion when people were like, do we need to bring food? I'm like, no. But there will be food vendors there. And so we do have a lot of vacancies on a lot of different boards. So we were sort of hoping that boards that have vacancies could come in. It's from 5 to 8 on Thursday, next Thursday, at 48 Gardner Road, just to sit and meet people and answer questions and maybe drum up some interest. So, if anyone is interested, I'll send another email on Monday, and we will all be there.
Yes, I'm running both the open house and the Taste of Hubbardston. I'm running the open house with Nate, and then I'm
Right.
running Taste of Hubbardston with Katie. So
And we'll
if
have like
there
a
are
ribbon
questions, we'll have a ribbon cutting. If there's any questions, I'm the person to reach out to. So if you want to have a table or a area where you can meet potential candidates for your boards and committees, I can set up almost like a little sit and meet and greet area. I'm more than happy to do that. If you guys want to put together like a little fact sheet about what your board and committee does, if you want to get it to me, I can get them printed beforehand. So anything you guys want to think of that might, drum up some volunteerism or speak to the heart of the residents that, getting involved is the best thing to do if they have issues, comments, or concerns about the way things run here. More than happy to help you in any way, shape, or form. So that is Thursday. We're doing setup at 4 o'clock, but the event for the residents is 5 to 8. So I hope to see you all there.
There'll be live music provided by my sister and her friend. And also there's plenty of space in my office, because it's kind of be an open house, so people will be in there, hopefully checking out the new website and stuff. So I do have some extra tables if people want to set up in like our office, just as like kind of a central place for boards and committees.
Hope for good weather.
Yeah, I have a
Not
couple
like
tables
that.
if people don't want to bring their
So
table.
where is it being, is there a specific room it's being held in, or
Nope.
all rooms?
So it's 48 Garden Road open house. The doors are open.
Not the vet's office.
Not the vet's office. They'll be closed
The
to the
groomer.
or the
Yeah,
groomer.
right, right,
So
right.
the vet, the
Groomer, yeah,
groomer,
she's
the vet,
just-
the groomer, and the yoga studio. But they may have tables out front to talk about their business and promote their business as well. But the doors will. So anywhere in the town office doors will be open. So Nate and I's office upstairs will have. Mostly it's going to be the public safety building committee. They will be answering questions about, okay, this is where we started, here's the project's going. Our designer will be there upstairs. I've given him the conference room that is upstairs next to Nate and I's office. I plan on getting the plans from the very beginning to where we are now with the plans and the designs. He'll be answering questions. Nate will be running a seminar on the new Hub Connect, all of the online licensure and permits. Leanne and Nate will be kind of
Yeah, I
doing
think
on
he's
and
gonna
off.
do like a presentation in the new meeting space, and then I'll have like a laptop or tablet so that people can practically apply.
Apply, or sign up with the new website. We've lost some of the people who used to be online, like that would get the alerts and stuff. This help them re-sign up to get the alerts and stuff as agendas, minutes, news is posted, and then I'll probably just be running around like chicken kickoff. We will have kids crafts. We'll have food vendors. I mean, it's going to be a great night just to get the residents involved.
So for businesses, where are you putting them?
So you guys have the whole breezeway area. So when
Outdoor
you walk
walkways.
up into the hallways and stuff, we're gonna have the tables there. There's gonna be a few people inside because the meeting room's huge. I got all modular furniture, so I can clean that room completely out. We'll have some people there. Katie and I are gonna get very strategic of where we're gonna put people. We're gonna have it all laid out and designed and have a clipboard to point people where they're going.
Bring your own table?
Bring your own
Yeah.
table.
Where is the meeting room?
The meeting room, so if you look straight at the building, that's in the front. You've got the right wing and the left wing. It's the left wing. The first door is Danielle, the yoga studio. The next door is the meeting room. I'm pretty excited. Blood, sweat, and tears went into that room. Quite literally, I cut
Will
myself
it
a box cutter.
eventually be the police department though?
It'll eventually be the police department. Yep. But that's what, 4 years from now.
And did we want to put people?
Hopefully sooner.
So we're having vendors and businesses fill out an online, just an application basically, so we know how many people are coming. So if you wanna have a table with a board or like share a table with a board, it would be helpful to know that so that we could plan for
Yeah,
that.
you can just email me, say, hey, and Katie and I can get you guys a spot. So just email me ahead of time. You don't have to fill out the Taste of Hubbardson form. You can just email me.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a wrap-up email about it on Monday with like this, so if people have any questions or last-minute things, we can get it figured out before Thursday, if you're planning to attend.
And the only other thing on October 2nd is we are doing headshots up at 48 Gardner Road. Don't let me know that. Yes, we're doing headshots mostly for town employees. I'm making employee badges. Any of our emergency, so Judy, and then Kathy for Board of Health, any of our inspectors or anything like that, they will also be coming up for headshots so that I can make ID badges. That's the same day. They start at 4 o'clock. Me and the photographer just confirmed today, so 4 o'clock we will start headshots. Obviously, if you guys do come up for headshots, just as a heads up, if a first responder shows up, they go first. They are going first.
Take
What?
per person, is it like a whole thing, or is it
No,
just-
it's not like the ones that we had to do at
Okay.
the MMA. That was egregious. It took like 15 minutes per person for headshots. We're not doing that. No.
Right. Okay.
So
Um,
it was a lot. It was a lot.
So, does anybody have anything they want to add or ask, or feels like we should cover? Because that's all I had.
I think that we should lean on each other a lot more. We're the clerks. With questions, concerns, heck, I may not know your board very well, but if you need someone to take minutes because you have a family emergency and you don't want to leave your board without someone taking minutes or doing it off a recording, lean on another clerk. I'm really good at minutes, scarily enough.
Yeah. And
Went
if you
from
need
team.
guidance, you can always look at past minutes, because, well, we're in the process of putting them all on the new website.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I have all the ones that you sent. I didn't put them on there. So just to reiterate, if you do want access to the new website to post your minutes or update anything on your board, let me know. Or if you want access to the artificial intelligent note taker called Otter AI, let us know too, if you think that would be a helpful tool for you. That's basically it.
We had a good meeting.
Thank you. We
Get it
have-
adjourned.
yeah.
Motion.
Yeah,
Motion
we're-
accepted.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Adjourned.
we're not a public body, so we didn't have to do the whole call meeting to order and all that, but I did post it just so people knew we were here. And so, but the meeting is adjourned.
That's for sure.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.